We have started the recording. Good. For sure.
Basically.
I need a positive yes.
I'm positive.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 14 of the DK Show. We are officially back after a little break. You know, you got Christmas, and then you got the other things, and then you got second Christmas, and then the normal things, and then third Christmas, and then you got New Year's Eve.
I like to not make it quite as complicated as that, but
Well, some people don't get that option.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying, so like for me, I have Christmas with one side of the family, Christmas with the other,
Mhm.
New Year's, and just the way I like to describe it is that there's a lot going on, but not a lot getting done.
Exactly.
So
Whole lot of nothing getting done.
we did nothing. As far as
There
this
was
goes.
one thing that got done, and that was me eating a whole lot of food.
We, by the way, are stocking up our bodies so that way when we do our weight loss competition next year, we can say we lost 500 pounds.
Whoa,
Because we gained
pause.
500 pounds during Christmas
We gained 700 pounds.
just so we could lose it.
Yeah. So are we actually going to do that?
Well, you mentioned
you
it.
down?
You mentioned it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've never turned down a challenge.
That is fair. We don't turn down challenges from each other.
Not often.
You know what we do turn down is the consequences that come from challenges,
That
like getting your
happens.
hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was your Christmas?
Just, yeah. Let's leave that where it is.
We'll just leave that where it is. We'll get back to that some other day.
Yeah.
Not
Well-
right now, because we still got 5 more days to get them pounds up.
I think you asked on the podcast, right, about my ticket? Mr. Take a Drink during the show?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, the update on that, look at that background. How beautiful is that?
Wait, pause. Ooh, sunsets are better.
Mine is a cooler sunset. It's
No,
purple. That's
no.
probably a sunrise, actually.
Your stuff's being blocked by people, or by you. So
But look at those people.
yeah,
this way.
but look at me. My
All right.
shirt matches.
If you are
All right.
watching this, please comment.
that, mine's better because just look at this. My shirt matches.
Just give a thumbs up for D or a thumbs up for K. That's what we need to know.
How-
On the comments section, just do thumbs up D, thumbs up K, and we'll count.
or just like the video.
No, I'm not saying like. I'm saying in the
no,
comments.
No, I'm saying
Well, you
like
can
the
like
video.
too. Yeah, like and subscribe, please.
Yeah, please. All
Yeah.
right.
So anyways,
So your ticket.
yeah, my ticket. So basically what happened was after all that commotion, all right, so I got the ticket. I told him I was going to contest. The Lamar prosecuting attorney's office did not want to cooperate very much with me on that. And then the judge, whenever I went up, the guy before me, he let off. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then I come up and say that I'm going to contest it. I'm not going to plead guilty. And he's like, all right, see you in court, basically. I'm like, okay. So anyways, after all the drama, I called the prosecuting office to try and get the recording from the officer. I just wanted to see it from his perspective. What did
Yeah.
he see? And so I called multiple times, and then just one day I call again, and they're like, oh, we dropped it. And I'm like, thank you for the heads up on that.
Yeah. No,
So-
they don't make it convenient for you.
No, you gotta work for it.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because hey, I'm happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
I'll just end it there. I'm happy with
So
the
that's
outcome.
an early Christmas for you.
Yeah,
so-
it was. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
not
then
bad.
I called the day of just to confirm at the courthouse, and they said, yeah, it was dropped. So
Okay. There you go.
I don't have any outstanding
Didn't
warrants
even have to go to court.
for not appearing in court.
Nice.
No, I had to go plead,
Oh, okay.
and then after that, they dropped it before because they didn't want. I'm
Oh,
guessing
they didn't want
want
you
to
to
do a
go back.
trial during the holiday season.
When did you? When were you supposed to go back?
The 19th.
Oh, I thought that's the day you were supposed to go.
No, I had already pled at that point.
Oh, okay.
So the
okay.
19th was trial.
Okay.
That was the day that they were gonna
Gotcha.
have the whole thing go, and I'm like, whatever. So,
Okay.
but
Gotcha.
they dropped it, thankfully.
W's in the chat.
So
All
if you're out there and you have, well, this was just a traffic light, so of course they're not going to care too much about it
Yeah.
anyways. But it sometimes it pays to to stand your ground on these things.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
$160 to plead guilty
Yeah.
for that ticket. So it's
Also,
like,
if
come on.
anybody wants to fight their ticket, they can call Dominic and
No,
for a
definitely
short
not.
price of $160 or whatever your ticket was, he'll fight it for you.
I'll represent you in court. Can you even do that? Just some
I
random
don't
person?
know.
I think you have to have your.
I don't think you have to. Why would you? You can represent yourself. So why can't somebody else represent you? Though?
Because you're offering a service. So like I could probably
as long as you're
do-
not falsely advertising that you have these credentials, I don't think it matters.
That's
Who knows?
something interesting.
You know? Who knows?
And then we start a spin-off TV series from our podcast.
Yeah.
Judge Dominic.
Judge Dominic and attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So if you yeah.
So that was how your Christmas started.
So that's how it started. How it finished. Not a huge fan of Christmas in general.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's not because I don't like Jesus. It's everyone accuses me of that. Oh, you don't like Jesus? No, it's just that for most people, Christmas is more about some red mystical guy and a whole bunch of gifts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, not a huge fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that we can celebrate the birth of Christ. I think that's a great thing
Yeah.
to do.
Speaking of which, Dominic over his little span. I don't know how long he's been working on this. He and his wife wrote a book.
Yes, we did.
And tell us more about that book.
Well, you see, it all started with an idea, as they all do.
Before we start, not for sale. Continue.
Yeah, there's no bar tag on the back of it, so we wouldn't even know how much to charge you. So maybe $100 each.
We'll sign it.
Autographed. Yeah, so basically we had this idea that we wanted to get unique gifts for all the nieces and nephews and cousins we have. And so we were trying to think through that. And so I wanted to write a book and give it to them. One, because it's a unique way to connect with them, show them that you care about them.
Yeah.
And then two, the message of the book is something in particular that I would love for them to each grow up knowing and hearing. So hearing the gospel would be the one thing I'd want them to know from me. So
Fair
I
enough.
wrote the book. Merida made it rhyme and did all of the I did like one page of the what's that called? Design. Illustration. Thank you.
Yes.
I did like one page, and it took me like an hour where she was a little faster at it.
So how long did it take you to write this book?
Probably a total of 8 hours spread out over 2 weeks.
Okay.
So not bad.
Not bad. No.
Yeah. Canva. Plug in for Canva. Makes it nice. If you
Yeah.
want to sponsor us, we'll take the money.
We use you quite a bit.
Yes, we do. Look at these backgrounds. They came from Canva.
Canva.
Canva. All of that's Canva.
Canva. Yeah.
Do
Huge fans.
Do you still have the copy? We need to get that one day of the one that you designed, whatever software you used. We need to get that up.
I don't have that anymore.
You don't have it? You sent it to me. I'll find it. It's out there.
Oh, bro, that was like the rough draft for our original design, which we don't have on here. But yeah.
Because we've upgraded to beyond just sports.
So into the Christmas, what did you do?
Basically,
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
yeah. So it's kind of that time in life where like you come out of living with your parents, and so
Yeah.
you start just making new things happen during this time of year. So
It's rough.
it's weird, yeah. But this year actually was kind of nice. My parents were out of town,
Oh,
so made
makes it easy.
the back and forth easier. So
Yeah.
we just spent time with Merida's side of the family. We had her family from Colorado come in, which was awesome.
Nice.
So got to hang out with them and have a good time and eat a lot of food.
There you go.
So it was good.
What was the Christmas meal?
Oh, for dinner, actually breakfast is
Oh,
what we did
breakfast.
for Christmas. Yeah.
You guys
So
did
I had breakfast for breakfast, and then I had breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner, because you
Oof.
can't get enough breakfast.
I disagree.
Dude, what are you talking about?
There is a part where there's too much breakfast in my life.
I don't know. I don't know about that. But
yeah,
tell us about your Christmas.
my Christmas. Well, it didn't start off quite like yours.
You got it.
I don't have any record of any ticket.
Okay.
I've only been
Ever?
pulled over once,
Dude.
and that was because the cop didn't see me stop at a stop sign because I legally stopped at it, and there was a bush blocking the view. So, Open your
You've
eyes.
never got a ticket.
No.
That surprises
You want to
me.
know what my top speed is?
Top speed ever?
Yeah.
I
125.
was gonna say every guy has gone at least 115.
Yeah.
So
That was like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago.
weeks ago,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
How do you not get tickets? Because you don't live in Branson. That's why.
Yeah. That's
Branson
fair.
is tough.
Oh, I bet it is.
It's like go 60. Now it's 30.
Oh, yeah. And
What?
you miss one sign and you're done.
Yeah, they've got a cop waiting at the bottom of the hill for you. Hi.
Down those hills. Oh, man.
Oh, we've been waiting.
You
all
don't even
day.
you don't even got to press the gas and you're speeding.
Dude, at the Indian Point where I worked for a while, we would go out and we would watch. There was an officer that would sit down there, right down a hill. It went from like 45 to 25 or 20 or something.
Yeah.
And so you come literally down this hill, and they're behind a tree, and they were like 10 in a day.
Yeah.
And they just sit there, ticket, because it's technically reckless driving at that. Like if you're going over that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
All right, you guys, you know what you're doing. Quit doing it.
it's just
Them
sad.
cops.
It's sad. But
Them
they're out
cops.
there. They're risking their lives. They got to make money somehow, I guess.
You got to reach those quotas. You know.
I'd rather them tax me, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Don't say that too loud. We'll do
No, not you.
it. You said it. We're doing it.
I don't want to pay for you. You sit in a comfy office. They have to go out and risk their lives for us, bro.
All right. I risk my life in the office.
You get some interesting people in there. I'll give you that.
I've probably dealt with more complaints than the police have this year,
Yeah. That could be
especially
true.
in our town. Like I don't.
But anyways, you're
So
saying
Christmas Eve, I've basically been adopted by the Sheet family. So any family event they have, I go down with them. So not New Year's, Christmas Eve, I spent down in Neosho.
he's a time traveler, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'll be there for New Year's Eve. So, I've already got my eyes set on the plans for New Year's. But Christmas Eve, we went to Neosho, had gifts, ate food.
How do you do a timeout? Just timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout? Yeah, technical. That's what I was thinking. Timeout.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm talking, you give this beautiful
Yeah.
solo.
See,
Come on,
I
bro.
know. My bad.
Okay.
I gotta pop the screen up.
This producer, whatever,
You
bro.
can switch it, bro. You got control of that too.
I'm afraid to because I have more things I can
you're
mess
right.
up.
You're right. Anyways, where are we?
The
Christmas
Sheep
Eve,
family.
Neosho, ate presents. Then we went to the casino on Christmas Eve. I took $40. I lost it. I did decide to get out of my comfort zone. As my tattoo says, seek discomfort. Got out of my comfort zone, started flirting with the dealer. According to the other two people I was with, I pissed her off. Granted, she wasn't answering the question I asked. I asked, how long had she been dealing? She gave me eye contact, then looked at somebody else and started a conversation there and was messing with their chips or shuffling or something. I can't remember exactly. And then I was like, today? Like, when did you start? Like, don't just ignore me. So I said that, and then apparently she didn't like that comment.
Ah.
Yeah, so
So bad Google review for this casino.
no.
No.
See, I thought it was like friendly banter,
Yeah.
but apparently the two people I was with didn't think so. Granted, she also did say I talk too much.
Your friend?
Which, no,
Or the dealer?
the dealer.
Ah.
And if you know me,
That's
I don't
tough.
really talk too much. So if I talk too much, I'm curious.
They would have hated me.
Yeah. Anyways, that's how that happened, or that's how that went. I'm probably not going to do that again. So, yeah. Casino probably not the best place to find a girl anyway. So, anywho. But that's where you find me on Christmas Eve, apparently. Losing $40. And then Christmas happened. And I woke up at 8 o'clock. I got ready. Went over to my parents' house at 8:30. Because that's when I thought my mom said it was. I had to wait another hour before anybody got up or made breakfast. So I wasted an entire hour of my day sitting in my parents' house while nobody else was up. That happened, and then I went over across the street to the Sheets' great aunt's house, their Aunt Jan's house, and we watched the first football game. And I was sitting there in the best Raiders jersey I could find, number 15 Mahomes, who gave the Raiders 2 touchdowns the other day. It was a pretty good Christmas game, Came in there, Patrick did, and got 2 touchdowns for the Raiders. It's pretty good. Didn't get any for the Chiefs, so love it when your best player gets you 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas meal before we segue off.
Christmas meal.
Did you have anything that was...
We watched the game. Then I went to my sister's house.
Okay.
And I fought my nephews.
Naturally.
The youngest nephew I have, that's like my actual nephew, put me in the wickedest, most wicked chokehold I've ever experienced in my life.
Did you pass out?
No.
Almost.
But I was to the point where I was like going to fake pass out before I actually did pass out because it was a pretty good one. And it wasn't even the nephew who wrestles. So he wrestled last year but then quit. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that Christmas meal, about 3 bowls of chili, and then I've got a chocolate pie at home.
Still.
Oh, funny story. My mom had the pie crust the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you're making me a chocolate pie. And she goes, no, this is for family Christmas. If you want your own, you can have one of these little mini ones that she made for the kids. I was like, no, I will not accept that. So Christmas happens. We're loading stuff in the car. And I go, what is this? And she goes, nobody ate any of the pie. And I go, oh, so you did make me a pie. So that's sitting in my fridge. I'm going to go eat 2 slices of that after this is done.
I'm kind of offended that you didn't bring it.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm not
on,
sharing
bro.
that. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Anywho, the NFL happened over the Christmas week.
Some interesting stuff happened, man.
Yeah, like Buffalo winning by 2. Pittsburgh winning by 1 million. George Pickens kind of showing up. People said he didn't care.
Well,
I think he cares
if you
a little
watch the
bit.
game, he kind of cares about yards,
Himself.
and touchdowns,
Himself.
and things like that. But when you watch his blocking,
Did you? So last week
No.
we had the block where he didn't block anybody, right?
right?
And then Jalen Warren's like, I would have blocked for him. And then this week, Jalen Warren absolutely destroyed that guy, put
Yeah.
him on his butt. I said, oh, he's going to get fined for that because he's gotten fined for things way less bad than that. So,
Yeah, I don't think Pickens even has a shadow. I don't even think he blocks the sun.
yeah,
It's pitiful.
it's bad.
But Steelers got the win.
Yep. And we have 24 teams left that could potentially win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is interesting how technically they're still like it's crazy to me at this point that there's still like some teams that are like 4%,
Yeah. Well, the
But-
Bears are less than 1%, but they're still a percent.
Yeah, like, how does
You're
that even
saying there's a
happen?
chance.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I thought the Bears were the worst team in the NFL. I mean, granted, they've thrown a couple games here, or they've thrown good, they've done good in games,
Right.
which they shouldn't. But when you have the number 1 pick in the Carolina Panthers, it doesn't really matter what your team does because you still got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, the Panthers, my goodness.
Yeah. Speaking of them, what a close game. Fire Joe Barry. All right.
What did I look at? The Panthers. They could have been I don't think they would have, but they didn't even entertain really an offer for Lamar Jackson. Am I right?
It was something like that.
So, but that's the thing that's interesting is the amount of draft picks that they gave up was more than what they would have had to give to get Lamar.
Yeah.
And you go up to get
Bryce Young.
I'm not a huge fan of that kind of mentality.
No.
Like you go up if
why?
you're gonna get like Caleb Williams may be that kind of guy. That you
I wouldn't even do it for that. Like Trevor Lawrence is the only person I would have personally done it for.
Yeah.
In recent history.
And you know what's funny? I think I don't know if this was true, but I saw a meme that Trevor Lawrence's stats to the same point in Daniel Jones' career are the same.
Oh, really?
Pretty sad for the.
Well, we talked about this earlier in the year. He's had 7 different coaches.
And Daniel Jones came into a better situation?
It wasn't.
I don't think so.
It wasn't worse. I don't know. It wasn't.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence's coach he's won a Super Bowl.
Now, and he's played decent. They're in the playoffs still.
Well,
they're the 4 seed. They're
for
8
now,
and 7.
they may
For
lose
now.
their division, dude.
Yeah, they could.
Which would be pretty sad. But anyways.
You know what? Go ahead.
Which game stood out to you the most? Christmas Day.
Christmas Day?
Yeah. Like, which game are you saying, like,
It was the last game. There's no other game that can be, like,
really
talked about. Because I don't care about the Giants enough to entertain
really?
that. I don't care about
we
the
got
Eagles
different
enough.
ideas on this.
Super Bowl matchup. Like, possible Super Bowl matchup.
There's a lot to talk about from that game. I'll give you that. There is a lot.
The Ravens came in to San Francisco and just laid down the hammer. Brock Purdy was looking like a 7th round last pick in this game.
So let me just give you my most interesting game out of all of this. Okay. The most interesting game out of all of this to me is it's actually probably in reverse order of what you would pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the Giants-Eagles game as the most interesting game, then the Chiefs, and then the 49ers.
What do you mean by most interesting? Because
Like
do
the
you
thing
mean
that just
most entertaining or
no, like the thing that stood out to me the most, like the game of most significance.
Oh no, there's no way you don't have Baltimore as number 1.
So here's the thing: the 49ers can still win the number 1 seed, right?
Well, yeah.
So as far as consequence goes, it was a fun preview. But honestly, I would have chosen the Ravens 100 times.
No, you wouldn't
in
have.
this. Yes,
no,
I
you
would
wouldn't
have.
have. No, you wouldn't
If
have.
we had a
No, you wouldn't
podcast
have.
before,
No, you
I
wouldn't
would have chosen
No, you
them.
wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have.
Yes,
No,
I
you
would
wouldn't
have.
have. No, I refuse. And there is no way you can prove it.
What do you mean?
No, there's no way.
Well, there's no way I can prove it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, bro. I had the Ravens winning this game, and one of the things that's interesting in this is obviously the whole MVP thing, all that's shifted and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
who is MVP for you? Before we go.
right now it's Lamar.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they won't give it to a running back unless he does something, unworldly. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I think
they won't give
Tyreek's out of it.
Tyreek's
He
out.
missed a week.
And he wouldn't have even gotten to, 1900, 2000.
He would
anyways.
have if he played, but
All the games?
yeah.
You think he'd have got there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I didn't think he would anyways. I didn't think he was pacing that way. But anyways, this game just wasn't like the Ravens. One of the things that sticks out to you, when you're looking at this game is they don't lose to NFC teams.
Yeah, but this was the best NFC team.
Yeah, but they've played other really good NFC teams, and this is over multiple years. They just don't. They match up really well, or whatever. So
It's
that
just
alone
not
was
seeing him often.
was like, okay, that's a good indicator that they have some advantage.
I guess we both did say towards the middle of the year that if the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl, they're not going to lose.
Right.
I think we both did
Right.
say that.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
The only question about this team is if they're gonna stay healthy enough to win, which they had an injury to their safety or something.
I've been surprised with Mark Andrews being out
I
with
know.
how well this team has performed
But
on
that's
offense.
the reason why they went out and got, they got a good rookie receiver who's playing well, and then they drafted some guy or traded and did some maneuvering for some other guys. But I mean, it's showing that they actually have guys who can catch the ball now. Whereas the Chiefs, They got nothing.
Yeah.
But anyways, that being aside, there's a lot we could talk about there. But the reason I would rank them differently is because the craziest thing to me is, obviously I'm a Giants fan, so maybe I'm a little partial in this. But this game was like an 11-point spread.
Yeah.
The Eagles were supposed to blow the door off the Giants.
Yeah, but
And it's one of those things, like, you expect a team this late in the year playing for first place. Like, there's a lot on the line still for them. They're playing for the division right now.
But we've seen it with the Eagles especially. They don't play to blow out teams. They play to win.
But I'm saying,
And
if
that's
the
why it
difference,
doesn't
if the
surprise me.
expected difference is 11 points,
Yeah.
and then the game's close at the end to where a questionable penalty at the end could have decided, overtime. Like, I don't know, man. I thought that it was really interesting that this team went through all
they're
of
coming
that.
off a 3-game losing streak. I mean, you can't expect them to.
And then
I think
a 3-game losing streak,
I think
and
the
they don't correct.
expectations for having it at 11 points was wild.
That may be true. Maybe true. But this game was closer than it should have been.
And
the Eagles,
it opened at 13.5.
That's what I'm saying. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think people are overestimating the Eagles because they're the defending NFC champs.
But they're 11-4. They're one game. They're gonna finish the year 13-4. So one game worse than last year when they went to the Super Bowl.
They'll be a 5. They might be a 5 seed by the time this all is.
They're gonna win out. They're gonna win the division. And
you think so?
Yeah, they've got the Arizona Cardinals and the Giants again.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 49ers will probably still win because I think head-to-head they have the matchup. Yeah, they do because they played the Eagles and destroyed them. So anyways, that game was just so interesting to me because of the fact that the Eagles have struggled so much this year. I think that the physicality that they bring keeps them in basically any game in the playoffs. They have a chance. I'm not saying they're that bad. But I just don't like the composition of this team this year. Their attitude's different. Like last year, you have MVP at quarterback, like potential. He's the candidate. You have that kind of a caliber, like that kind of offense going for you and the defense. This year, there's been some talk in the locker room and some things like that. You see the Devontae Smith interview afterward where he's like, yeah, our offense is just not where we want it to be. Like it seems like after every game, no matter how many games they win, it's not quite right. It's not quite right. Whereas like the 49ers, they've had their peaks where they're, look unstoppable. They, the Cowboys have had their peaks where they look like a dominant team. And the Eagles just don't seem to have that this year. I don't know.
Did you see the stat that it is still possible for the Raiders to win the division?
Yeah, dude. The Chiefs would have to lose out and the Raiders win out. But yeah, I saw that in the game.
Crazy?
That was a crazy realization.
What a comeback for that coach.
Yeah, I think they'll keep him, and I think that they'll try and get the quarterback right and build on that. But I think that the Antonio Pierce being there keeps Devontae Adams there possibly.
It could.
I don't know if it will, but it gives them a good reason to stay.
Yeah. If they can get a quarterback, like I don't know who's a free agent coming up.
There's not a lot of good options.
I don't think there is, but if they could get
Gardner Minshew.
Get a good young person.
Oh, Justin Fields. He's the only notable one.
Is he a free agent?
Well,
you could trade for him, certainly.
He's not going to start, and he's going to want to be somewhere where he can start because they're going to get a first-round pick and draft somebody. So they're going to get rid
of a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think,
and it's not
over
just
these past few games, he's kind of proved himself as a person who can win games.
But look at his what's it called?
I'm not
his passing percentage is like
I'm not a Justin Fields fan
above 50% by a little bit.
But he's doing stuff now to make him have a chance.
I think what he's doing for the Bears is increasing his trade value if he's still able to be traded.
Yeah,
that's all he's doing because they're not going to pay him. They have to pay him after this year.
Yeah,
you don't stick with a guy that just got 1 year left like Daniel Jones. That was a bad situation.
Yeah, let's dive into this Raiders talk real quick. They play the Colts and the Broncos.
I mean, winnable games, but I think they'll definitely drop one.
There's a chance they win both of those if the defense plays the way the defense plays, man.
The Colts just lost to the Falcons. Am I right? Wasn't that this week? That was pitiful.
I don't have a clue. Yes, they lost 29-10.
That was one of the craziest things because it's one of those things with the Falcons we've talked about all year. You just never know what's coming out of the tunnel that game. You know, it's like what.
That was wild. Let's go. I want to talk about the Chiefs real quick before we move on.
Yep.
Let's see. Who do they play? I'm sure they play like the Chargers or something stupid.
Yeah, they have a
They play
favorable
the
schedule.
Bengals and the Chargers. So there's no way they lose two.
We said that, but the Raiders, we didn't really expect them to be a team to.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals magic has wore off, and then
The only one I'm
the
worried about
Chargers
is the
suck.
Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers aren't good anymore, which is unfortunate.
Actually, no, that'd be reversed. I would be more worried about the Bengals than the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't see that happening. So
No.
Kansas City, congratulations, you're in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
We all knew that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything
Anything unique that you see there other than the fact that they don't have receivers and their offense just looks dead without people? I mean, do you see the one? Catch the ball. He's like, put your hands up, man.
You know, I'm not really taken into, like, obviously the regular season matters a little bit when it comes to the Chiefs. But right now they're in a spot where they're the 3rd seed. And granted, they're already out of... They can't get the number 1 seed. So,
Not with Baltimore winning.
Yeah.
Baltimore would have had to have lost.
Yeah. So they were already in a spot where...
They'll be on the road at some point.
They're going to be on the road at some point, so
yeah.
they might have to be on the road for 2 games.
So do you want to? You can put it on the computer screen if you want to look at the games, the way the playoff picture looks.
Which one do we want? Do we want this one or this one? Oh, let's go with
Probably the
this
top
one.
view, and I can scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
So-
you enlarge on that, Eddie? Sorry. There we go.
So we just want the playoff picture.
Right now,
So I didn't, dude.
dude,
I don't know if they win that
that's
game.
scary.
The Bills have played better.
They have gotten very better.
They found something of a run game. Defense has been playing, like with all their injuries, they've been playing well for that. This Kansas City
this makes
team
me
is,
want to go through the hypotheticals of what games, who wins what games again.
We'll do that afterward and then
Yeah,
post
yeah.
it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, dude, this is
The most
Baltimore-
surprising thing is probably Miami at the 2.
I don't know.
And they might not even be number 2 by the time this ends. I think Miami's got it. They play the
Bills,
the Ravens
and the
and
Ravens.
the Bills in
Yeah.
week 17.
Yeah.
So the Bills could go into week 17 with a chance to win the division.
Oh, yeah.
That is wild.
Is it?
Cuz
No.
put it in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can. They're
Yeah.
2 games.
Yeah.
No, they can. I that's
Yeah.
definite because I know I heard that, but then I was looking at Indianapolis instead of Buffalo. Yeah, so they're 2 games back. So it's possible, but
Yeah.
you got to imagine. Actually, no, that's
It's scary.
entirely. But to that point, I think that Miami has proven that they've got some legitimacy. Like they're a good team. Like they're going to be a hard out.
Have they proven it though?
Yes,
The game against the Cowboys, I'll give it to them.
it's a good win.
It's
That's a great win, actually.
it's a good one. I don't like the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are fake.
Well,
I think
they've
the
been
Dolphins
fake
are
for the
fake.
last 30 years, basically.
Yeah.
But
So,
they're
I'm
still
not
a
gonna say
good
it's a
team to
great
beat in the
win.
regular season.
It's a good one.
It's a good win against a good team, and I think that it just kind of shows.
I need it more consistently against better teams.
Well, I think it shows that their defense is legitimate enough to keep them in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to get absolutely
I don't see them
exposed during
losing
the
to the
playoffs.
Colts here.
no. They'll win that game, and then they would probably
They'd probably lose to the...
they're not losing to Cleveland. Not in the playoffs. Joe Flacco in the playoffs, man. I don't
Bro,
believe in that.
You're talking about Mr. Elite. Did you see what he just did the other day?
It's impressive.
Man, oh
But
man.
you've got to imagine that
It's the Texans, but still.
Cleveland's not going to come in and They may be Jacksonville. That's fair. Jacksonville's falling apart, which is what earlier this year, your team, the two teams that we were both on, yours is going down. The Rams are going up, buddy.
Yeah.
You doubted them. You hated on me. But look at this team, 8-7 in the playoffs, looking good.
Right now.
I'm not
As
saying
of
they'll
right
win,
now.
but they could beat Detroit. Where they're at now, they could beat Detroit.
As of right now, they're in the playoffs.
But
They better hope they play the Cardinals. Let's take a look.
who? Oh, the Rams?
They play the Giants.
Yeah, this week.
Should win.
They'll win.
And then they play the 49ers. So if they don't win this week,
They'll win this week. Come on, bro. They'll be 9-7.
listen,
They're in the playoffs.
the Rams, the Eagles. I know you see the Eagles twice a year, but there's a chance. Just don't sleep on the Giants, all right?
I am. I am.
You
gonna
always sleep on the
Giants.
Giants.
There's nothing much there to watch.
Remember what happened the last time you slept on the Giants? I think they beat the Commanders. And I guessed that game right.
It's probably about right.
Yeah.
But that is a division game and both teams suck. So
Yeah.
who's going to win? Anybody. But I don't know. What else do you want to hit on anything on the Sunday or the Monday games?
No, I don't.
Because, I mean, the only other one is going back to the MVP and all that stuff. And it's
No.
none of that's particularly interesting to me other than just the fact that Baltimore, I think, is the favorite to win it all.
I would definitely put Baltimore as the favorite to win it all.
Yeah. So they looked really good in that game, obviously. The only question I have for you is this. You mentioned in a text to me, is he back to Mr. Irrelevant? Is he back to the last pick in the draft?
Yeah.
And my answer to that is no.
No,
I
no.
don't- I
It was
definitely
just
don't think
one of
so.
those overreactions because,
Well, it's a valid question after a game like that.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I would say is that you got to see the game as a whole, right? Well, we're 4 interceptions. I think 3 of them, if not just 2, were tips. And
yeah.
the odds of it being tipped and intercepted, it happens. But it's just those plays, maybe you could say, oh, he maybe shouldn't have thrown it or maybe this or that. But I don't see in another matchup that's going to happen.
You know, the thing about this 49ers team, and it's been like this for years, you'll do great things against them in the regular season. Like the Packers, for example, have always beaten the 49ers or been in a close game against them. And then when it comes around to playoffs, they just absolutely take everything from the regular season and just set it aside and then just absolutely dominate you.
Well, that's because, yeah. I mean, the regular season's a marathon,
Yeah.
whereas in the playoffs, you got one shot. It's kind of like a sprint to the end of that game. So they have the talent to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting to me from this is Kyle Shanahan. He's really never had an elite quarterback,
No.
ever. And
No,
his
he
teams
hasn't.
always overperform. MVP for Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
look at
Oh, yeah.
in Atlanta, yeah.
in Atlanta, yeah.
But, like, other than that, I mean, he may be the best quarterback he's coached.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't
'Cause
that
he's
crazy?
the last pick, too.
Who? Matt Ryan wasn't.
Wait, no. Sorry. Oh, Matt Ryan was the best quarterback he's ever coached.
Yes.
Okay. yeah.
Yes.
And that's not saying much. Like, he won an MVP, but
Nearly won a Super Bowl.
yeah. But we know how that goes. 28-3.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's
it's interesting because he elevates the quarterbacks in his system
Mm-hmm.
to a place where they look great.
yeah.
But how much does that handicap him from getting?
To finishing the job. Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to see here in the next couple years if Brock, kind of stays with that system.
Yeah.
Or if they move on to a younger guy again.
Yeah. Do you like San Francisco, Baltimore in the Super Bowl? Feel like that's pretty fair.
I mean, who else do you put in it?
The only other team in a close, I don't know. The Eagles are the only team.
Yeah. And I don't even see that. Like, that doesn't even sound like an answer to a question right now. Just with the way they've played.
But they've got the talent and the high caliber elite players at the right position.
Yeah.
To maybe be able to do something like that. But
I just don't know, man. The Browns, the defense, I don't know. It's not great, but if you're gonna,
They're good enough to be scary to about every team in the playoffs besides
if the
Baltimore.
two teams I was big on play each other, so like we have Jacksonville versus the Browns, because we both started on the Browns hype train pretty early.
Yeah. And we lost faith for a second.
We lost faith once once they had to go into the reserves and play the 49ers. Cleveland beat the 49ers. You can't forget that. And Cleveland had
But that doesn't even
backups.
look like the same team.
no, it doesn't, but Cleveland had a bunch of backup. They had a rookie or something start, I think, that game.
I think it was Jacoby Brissett, wasn't it?
No, I think it was I can't remember who it was, but I think it was
Oh.
I think it
At
was
quarterback?
DTR.
Oh.
Jacoby Brissett ain't even on that team.
Well, who was?
It was PJ Walker.
Oh,
Wasn't it?
PJ. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Let's see.
I don't know. But basically with Cleveland, you got to imagine they're like that Cinderella story, where it just seems improbable, but they keep chipping away at it. And then,
Yeah, it was PJ Walker.
okay. Yeah. I'm not seeing the magic lasting all the way through the playoffs where they're going to be
Maybe
on the
not all
road
the way
every single game.
And they'd play Baltimore. Most likely, they'd play Baltimore their second game. Baltimore.
Baltimore would play Cleveland or Buffalo or Indy,
Yeah,
but probably
Cleveland.
Cleveland. But you're taking Cleveland over Jacksonville, I assume, at this point,
Yeah,
with the
I
injury
would.
to Trevor.
Yeah,
So you got that game. Kansas City, Buffalo. Who you got winning that game?
I'd have to go Chiefs.
I'm going Buffalo, honestly.
I know you would, but
I'm
I'm gonna put it in the
all
defending.
faith
I
the
haven't
Chiefs.
lost all the faith. I feel like
It's
there's been a lot of frustrations, a lot of distractions, but once it comes to playoff time, they focus up, they'll lock in.
you
and-
can't fix dropped passes. That doesn't get better over a season. If it hasn't gotten better by week 16, it's not getting better in the last 3 weeks. That's my only concern. Travis getting frustrated, Mahomes, that's all symptoms of the problem. Nobody can catch the ball in a big moment for the Chiefs. And so I just imagine maybe they stay close. Their defense is playing out of their minds. But, man, against Buffalo, you got to imagine if it comes down to that last drive of the game, you've seen the Chiefs not be able to do that against anybody. And Buffalo just did that this last week. They should have won bigger maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got no trust in that offense to be able to just suddenly start catching footballs.
It's not that I'm putting trust in the offense to catch the football. I feel like they haven't played up to the level that they can. You say you can't fix drop passes, you can work around them. There are plays you can make.
Not in the playoffs though.
There are plays you can make to where you can beat a team by not having to catch these harder.
They tried that against the Raiders, and it turned into 2 defensive scores because they got too cute.
Well,
The Raiders
you can't disrespect the Raiders defense. It's
they're better than Buffalo.
yes.
How
Their
much?
defense is way better than Buffalo's.
How much better? Not that much.
I think it's way better. They've got a better pass rush.
Yeah, because Vaughn's injured. Yeah. Anyways, we disagree. I don't trust Kansas City at this point. They just trending in the wrong direction. Super Bowl DNA, it matters, but
They've got a lot of experience
yeah.
when it comes to the playoffs, and that's the reason why I'm going with the Chiefs over the Bills, who just for some reason can't get over that hump in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's because they ran into Kansas City.
And guess what they're doing again? Running into Kansas City.
Should be fun to watch.
It won't be the first game.
Huh?
I don't think that'll be the game.
You don't think that'll be the matchup?
No, I don't think so.
You think Buffalo will climb in the rankings and play?
I think so.
Oh, they'll end up playing what? Jacksonville?
I think that could be. I think we could get Browns versus Chiefs.
That would be tough. I might take Cleveland in that game, bro. But I mean, we both got Miami over Indy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Baltimore with their week of rest, no one's gonna win that game.
No.
that first game.
Yeah. No.
So San Francisco, same thing. I think Dallas at Tampa Bay. You gotta imagine they'll go in and win, but
I don't know. I like Baker. I'm a huge fan of Baker, bro.
He's injured. I think he's not going to play against Carolina or something like that.
But doesn't matter.
If he comes back and he's playing, then how funny would it be after all this hype, they go in and lose in Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
In a close game where they make a bad fourth quarter decision, like that would feel like a Dallas game.
Oh yeah, and it could definitely happen.
Yeah, but I got the Rams over Detroit at this point. I don't know. Detroit's, you can't disrespect them. They're a good team, but they feel young, prone to kind of
They've
implosion.
got a Super Bowl starting quarterback on their team.
They have, what would you call that? They have
a Super Bowl starting quarterback on their team.
Technically, but I would say they have a quarterback who played on a Super Bowl caliber team who's playing for them, because we all know the defense, Sean McVay, it wasn't because of Jared Goff they were there. It's because of Jared Goff they lost. That's that's more what we're talking about here. But yeah, he's a good quarterback. I mean, but I feel like the team's just kind of young, going up against a more seasoned team in the playoffs. Could be danger for Detroit there.
Yeah.
And then Seattle, Philly, you got Philly in that game, I'm sure. Philly, they're just a better talent-wise team than Seattle.
None of these teams on the NFC side appeal me.
Other than San Francisco, maybe, to win it all, like in the conference.
Yeah, I just don't see anything that is fun, that looks fun.
Anything that's fun?
Nothing looks fun about the NFC besides the 49ers. For the AFC, you have Baltimore with that offense that somehow has a whole bunch of nobodies behind Lamar on their offense.
Who?
The Baltimore.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Seattle for sure.
But they have an electric offense. So that's exciting to watch. Then you've got the Dolphins, who are the fastest show on turf. 2.0. Or not 2.0. That's the greatest show on turf. The fastest show on turf. And then you got the Chiefs, who are defending Super Bowl champions. And you got the Bills, who you never know what you're going to get from them in the playoffs.
So here's how I would frame the discussion. On the AFC side, you've got some underwhelming teams that you say they could potentially make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then on the NFC side, you've got some not overwhelming, but seemingly overwhelming, like Detroit 11-4, that looks good. Philadelphia 11-4 looks good. Dallas 10-5 looks good. Mm-hmm. You've got maybe some overhyped teams that you're like, none of those guys really measure up. Like,
yeah,
it's
just, if I was to stack each seed with each other,
that's exactly what I was going to ask.
I'm going to give the AFC the favor, and
Philly over Miami,
and probably 5 out of the 7 games.
Okay. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Crazy times. But that's the thing, though. Out of all these teams in the NFC, so say the Los Angeles Rams go in at the last game of the year, right, playing 49ers. Mm-hmm. They go in and win that game. Does that change your mind on them at all?
It depends on where San Francisco's at.
They're still the 1 seed.
Even if they wouldn't be. Even if they lose, they'd be the 1 seed.
They would be the 2 seed. Philly would move to the 1 at that point. I don't think Philly's going to lose out any of their games. So Philadelphia gets the 1 seed. San Francisco gets the 2 seed, and then they wouldn't play the Rams in the playoffs.
I feel like the only way the 49ers lose is if Philly gets home field advantage.
That would matter for Philly, I would assume.
And then I wouldn't say any of the other games really matter.
You don't think that the Rams could go in and potentially win? If they beat San Francisco in a close game but convincing, no. You don't think they could go in and beat them again or beat Philadelphia?
No, I don't see that.
Really?
I don't see them putting on 3 good games in a row. I don't think they have enough firepower.
To me, they're the comp. They're the NFC comp to the Bills. But probably a better chance than the Bills because of their experience in the playoffs and a better head coach.
They probably have a better chance than the Bills because they're going up against the Lions, and then they'll go up against either a divisional team.
Yeah, better chance. But I'm saying they're the comp in the sense that they're the team that's kind of they've lost a few too many games this year to be like, oh wow, that team's great. But they're still like, nobody wants to see that team. No one wants to see the Bills. Like the Chiefs, they don't want to see the Bills in the playoffs this year.
They want one of the other 3 teams that are
Anybody else, really,
Yeah.
than Buffalo.
I look back at the Rams and they're on a hot streak. They've won 5 out of the last 6. And they lost to the Ravens in overtime.
Yeah.
So I guess I've been sleeping on them a little bit. I just don't. I don't know what to think about them.
Yeah, that Ravens game, they were close to winning.
Yeah,
Very close.
it's
I don't
just
know,
hard
man.
to. Maybe I throw some respect on their name, but going through that gauntlet of the 3-2-1 seed is gonna be tough. I feel like being the 6th seed is probably
Who
one
does
of
Dallas play the
one
rest
of the
year?
hardest things.
Hey, the
So-
Giants have won some wild card games and won the Super
I'm pretty
Bowl.
sure the Packers also won the Super Bowl out of the 6th seed, but that was back when there was two teams on a bye
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
a little different format.
The Cowboys play the Lions
Could lose. Probably
and the
shouldn't.
Commanders.
Okay, so Los Angeles can't go up in seeding. They're going to be stuck there because they're not going to climb over Tampa or whoever wins that division, but probably Tampa, and then Dallas would be the next team that they could.
Yeah, this is pretty much the most likely situation we'll see.
For the NFC.
We could see a flip in the 4th seed, and then the 7th seed probably.
Yeah, Green Bay comes back.
Bro, I want them to make up their mind on whether they want to win or lose, because it's not pretty. We did get Aaron Jones back, and thankfully we got him back, but, I've tried to avoid talking about that game as much as possible.
It's just one of those things that I feel like at this point we're both comfortable saying the Packers are pretty bad.
I wouldn't say they're pretty bad.
They're not good.
I mean, they'll be a 500 team, above 500 team. I'm not calling. I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't say that's bad. I wouldn't say that's good. I'd say it's mediocre. Like getting into the playoffs isn't bad.
They will be. You're saying they will be above 500.
I'm saying they're beating the Vikings and the Bears. Yes.
I may have said that before this week, but Carolina 3 points,
Bro.
I don't know, bro. You're gonna drop one of those games and be.
We're not going to, because if we drop one of those games, it's the Vikings game. We're not losing to the Bears. We don't lose to the Bears ever.
You just said Justin Fields finding ways to win. Is it in Chicago?
I don't know.
Here,
No,
get off this thing. So
it's
I can
on.
move my screen
It's
here
in.
for a second.
It is in Lambeau. We go to Minnesota,
Okay,
and then we finish at Lambeau.
so you'll finish not 500. You'll finish what? 500.
9-8.
If you, what
If
are you
we
at?
win
7
out.
and
Yeah, 7 and 8.
there are only 2 games left, aren't there? Or are there 3?
Yes. 7 plus 2 equals 9.
I'm saying you'll lose the Minnesota game.
Oh,
So
then
you'll
we'd
finish.
be 8 and 9, and we wouldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. If
The
you win out,
Seahawks.
is there you can't control your destiny, right?
Absolutely, we can. I think. Well, no. I mean, the Seahawks would have to lose but ooh,
So you'd have to take
they
Seattle's spot.
They play the Steelers and the Cardinals.
Seattle?
Yeah,
They could lose the Steelers one. They could lose both of those.
Both.
But not likely.
No, let's
Yeah.
and then the Rams. The Rams would have to lose one, right?
For the Packers to get in?
Yeah. Go through the thing real quick,
All right.
and then just do like the Rams lose against the 49ers. We'll be realistic. And the Packers win both.
So where are the Packers here? They win this game. Week 18, you get the Rams losing. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And
Packers
Green Bay winning again. They would come in.
So
Seattle can't. But if the what they couldn't take over. So if the Rams win, they're in. But if Seattle loses, they're not in. Yeah. So you got two ways in. Either the Rams or the Rams they'd have to lose one game. But you could come in and take Seattle's spot. I think that's more likely.
okay.
But
I'm just wait. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay, because they'd be 9-8.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But more than likely, you're not going to take a Los Angeles spot, I would say.
Say Los Angeles loses to the Niners, like they could.
Then you go to the 6 seed.
Okay.
So you're not,
So we're not taking
them out of the playoffs.
We're not taking them out of the playoffs.
But you
we're
take their
taking the
spot.
Seahawks out of the playoffs. Okay.
That's the only way in.
So the
is Seattle.
Seahawks are
They
out.
got to lose twice, right?
Yeah. Or well, no, Seattle only has to lose once. Have you done the second week?
Where's Seattle on here?
Oh, right there.
Look at that. Do you have the tiebreaker or something?
Oh yeah. We beat
haven't
the
beat Seattle.
Rams.
Look at that. They got you and Seattle hanging in there.
Yeah. So it's not impossible.
So let's say they lose that game.
And
Seattle
then they go
comes
up
in
against
and-
Detroit, which a division that would be
Who?
That would be fun. That looks more fun to me.
Huh.
Having the Rams and Philly first,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
a divisional game, and then
Can get behind that.
Dallas and Tampa is going to be the only boring game that week.
Yeah. So let's say Green Bay loses though. Then who's in? Seattle. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much those three teams.
Yeah, but I'm saying Seattle loses twice. Then Minnesota's in.
I
Minnesota's
hope
the
not.
next highest.
I hope not.
Okay. So there's a path for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I think they've thrown 7 picks in the last 2 games.
Yeah, probably.
Let me just go.
So yeah. Yeah. So Green Bay's still alive. I didn't realize how high their
Oh
their
yeah,
hopes were.
it's up there. I wish it was one of those things where it didn't matter, where like the Seahawks and Rams played each other, and
Yeah.
then
You
the
determine.
winner got kicked out. That would be nice, but I'll have to probably sweat another 49ers game where it comes down to the wire, and we'll see. But as long as one of those teams loses
Yeah.
and we win both,
Yeah.
we're fine.
Well, look at that.
Giants mathematically eliminated.
But miracles do happen. The Giants win out, and 4 other teams ahead of them get disqualified
All right.
due to a cheating scandal.
That's never happened.
Yeah, not disqualified from the playoffs, but it
Yeah.
can happen.
So, any fun plans for New Year's?
Let's see. Not a big on New Year's.
No.
Not really big on that.
Let's
I mean,
go
what are
through
you
that.
celebrating?
What are your top 5 holidays?
Oh boy, here we go.
Yep.
Holidays.
Let's start at number 5.
That's harder to do, actually. But
Yeah, it is. But I want to. All right, let's start at number 1.
all right.
Let's look up holidays. Coming in at number 1 for me is 4th of July.
At number what?
Number 1.
Oh my.
4th of July.
That's pretty high, man.
You know, when I go into it, why can't I just have like the normal holidays?
USA.gov. Holidays. Federal and state. Commonly celebrated Flag Day, Halloween. That's weird. Okay, so we're going based off federal holidays, I assume.
Yes.
So, you're going number one first. For me, number one historically has been Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's number 2 for me. Thanksgiving's number 2. Actually, you can throw in a couple other holidays in this because this doesn't have all of them.
Like what? I mean, what else is there?
Like my number 3 is Easter.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I like Easter. It's fun. You get some good food, a little bit of candy, you know. And then it's just overall a good, like, so 4th of July is just a blast.
Literally.
Yeah, like, it's just a way to spend money. And the thing I like about this summer holidays, spring summer holidays, it's not as depressing. Like, you get towards Christmas and then you start missing people because people have died as you grow older. And then you're like, oh, it's not the same. And then blah, blah, blah. That kind of depressing. Kind of why
Yeah.
I don't have Christmas in my top 3.
Yeah. Do I get to make caveats and whatnot on all this?
Go for it.
Okay.
Let's just go for our 5 favorite days of the year.
Ooh, that changes everything. No, well, let's not go 5 favorite days of the year, bro.
Like I'm just no.
As far as holidays
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, number one's Thanksgiving. Big fan of Christmas. Should be my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It really should be. I have a lot of beef with Christmas.
Yeah.
But in an ideal world, I'm actually taking Christmas at number 2. Everybody out there, okay, I just want you off my back right now because I've gone around preaching that Christmas is a terrible thing. I get it. Christmas is a great time. It's a great holiday. It's a great celebration. I just don't like the fact that so many people abuse Christmas
Oh yeah.
and just make it into some terrible, materialistic celebration.
Some way of being spoiled.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But in theory, it should be number 2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be
Thanksgiving was a close one for me, if I'm honest.
for number 1.
Yeah.
The reason I like it is because of this. On Thanksgiving, this is probably just undermining my own position here. But I love the fall weather. It's my favorite time of the year. I also love the food associated with it, generally. Mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, anytime those are present.
Oh, that's a great day.
It's a great day. So Thanksgiving, great. Christmas, the food we eat during Christmas time is typically stuff that I love.
Yeah.
So good. And I know this goes against everything I believe, but watching NFL, you can't do that on some of these other holidays, bro.
Oh my.
So it's a perk. I'm just gonna say, it's a
Yeah.
good tradition. Be able to watch a football game. I don't know.
Fair enough. What do you got at 3?
Number 3, man. Gonna go ahead and go with a good old Good Friday.
Good Friday. What even is Good Friday?
It's it's the Friday before Easter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I can't pick Easter. I love the fact that we'll celebrate the resurrection of Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't stand Easter. It's
Why?
probably I hate it more than Christmas.
Why?
Because here's why.
You hate Jesus coming back, don't you? All right.
I love it, and
You
I wait
hate
for
it.
it every day.
You hate it.
Here's what I'm saying, though. Christmas, we celebrate a guy bringing gifts. Good news. That's Easter. Yep. Good Friday is the bad news
Yeah,
part.
it's the cover of your thing.
Yeah. But it's not celebrate Easter. Yeah. So basically, the argument that I'm making here is this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, at the very least, there's a guy named Saint Nicholas, and he's a real historical person. He punched the guy in the face over a heresy. It's great. It's a good story. Look into it.
Yeah, on Easter, you got the Easter bunny.
It's a bunny, and you celebrate a bunny? What?
You're not celebrating a bunny.
How many kids go around thinking that Easter's about the Easter bunny
Bro, does the Easter bunny lay eggs?
of chocolate?
Do bunnies lay eggs?
The kids believe that until they're old enough to go to school and learn that mammals don't do that. I'm just saying, dude.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't think about that until just now.
It's an Easter bunny? What? What? Why? Why not some historical person who did something cool about that's at least closely related? I don't know, man. Dude, it's just the holiday.
You can't tell me you didn't enjoy Easter egg hunts as a kid.
Never. You know why? Because Easter was the time when my family took family photos, and I hated it.
Oh, that's tough.
So the birth of Christ,
Your mom ruined
Awesome.
Easter. All right.
the
Thanks,
resurrection
Mom.
of Christ, awesome. But Easter, no, get it out of my top 5, man. They ruined it too far. It's beyond repair. We need to celebrate a new. We'll just
Oh,
restart
my.
that celebration. So, anyways, what did I say for 3? Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Because at least Good Friday is a holiday where you actually celebrate the thing that it is supposed to point to, which
I don't
is
celebrate Good Friday.
you don't
I
celebrate
don't,
it?
I don't do anything for Good Friday.
Oh. There's some great Good Friday services, I think, that the Lamar community puts on.
Oh, really?
I've enjoyed them. I think I've gone to a couple, but yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. At 4. Go ahead. Because
No, you go.
I'm looking at these and quite frankly.
You don't.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean, at number 4, I'm gonna go 4th of July probably.
Yeah. That's
Can't
fair.
leave it out of the top 5. It doesn't deserve to be number 5.
Yeah.
So it's a good holiday. It's a little overrated in my opinion, but it's becoming one of those that you probably ought to fight for a little bit more nowadays because a lot of people are just like, screw America, it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's a great nation.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, literally the best. You go
in
live,
history.
You go live anywhere else and do the things you do here, you're dying.
Yeah.
Like you're actually going to die. And people don't realize that.
I know. That's one thing that is crazy, where if you look at it historically, we are the best nation. There is
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Like almost in every way you can imagine, practically speaking. Like there
Yeah.
may be some numbers where China outproduces us in something, but it's
And
like
plastic toys.
yeah, it's like, come on. Are you kidding me? You're going to take China? You're going to go like actually take the freedoms that they don't have and
Yeah.
compare that here and all that stuff? Like I
It's
get
just
that we're
spoiled
but
people.
that's the thing. People expect the United States to be the perfect country.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't exist.
No.
So it's like, come on. So I would say yes, we got to fight for 4th of July. I'll put it at 4. What do you
Yeah.
got?
I think I have to go Christmas at 4 just because we're running out of holidays to put in front of it.
You
And-
said any day, bro. Put Columbus Day on there.
Nah,
Get really persecuted.
Nah,
By the way.
nah, I gotta put. I could have went with my birthday, but I don't
Little
really care.
egotistical, bro.
I don't really care about my birthday because I still have to work on that day, and that's
Ah.
just horrible. So
Yeah.
you know,
But nobody brings stuff in for you on your birthday?
no, not really. I mean, they have a party for everybody that month.
Ah,
Come on now,
That's lame.
It's my birthday.
I know.
My birthday.
It's
not
efficient.
Their birthday.
It's efficient.
But
But
it's boring. I don't
as
want
far
to
as
share.
team spirit, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Do better.
At least
people.
just get your own cake.
Yeah,
Like it's okay
yeah.
if you do like a common like, hey, happy birthday to the people in this month, but
Yes.
you get a piece of cake.
you
Or you get
your,
an ice cream
you
cake.
get your own little tiny cake, and then that person, all right.
So
Number
that's 4.
4.
You go to 5
Okay.
because you made me go twice.
Number 5. I'm running out, but New Year's, like after 12 o'clock, after the ball drops, like I'm going New Year's Day.
Yikes.
College football playoffs start. I'm a little, don't care what's happening in the early days. Sleep away the rest of the day. And then, see the part, I don't like the pre-New Year's. So I don't like the New Year's Eve part of it
Sure.
because it's depressing. You go through, you watch the TV show and see all the people that have died, how much you've done, like all the celebrities that have died, like all that stuff.
Dude, I don't watch.
You don't watch a TV show for New Year's Eve?
Macy's Day is the closest I'll get to watching something on a holiday besides football.
All right, fair enough.
But New Year's,
You don't do anything for New Year's, do you?
Normally we do something at the church, and we
Oh.
just kind of get together and hang out.
Gotcha.
But that's
yeah.
about it. I don't, dude. Those things are unbearable to watch. Did you watch the Macy's Day Parade?
No, I don't watch the Macy's Day Parade.
I grew up watching it at my
Boring.
grandma's, and it's fall. It was part of what we did with my grandma, so I have some fond memories there of
Yeah,
some things about it.
fair enough.
But dude, when I watched it, there's some wacky stuff in there, man.
Oh yeah, and it's only getting worse.
Yes, but
Yeah.
New Year's, I've actually never really watched that. Maybe I'll do that this year.
I wouldn't.
Critique it.
I mean, there's a lot of like, it's basically a mini concert type deal.
Yeah. See, I don't do concerts, man.
Yeah. No,
No concerts.
you're kind of boring.
I would.
You
Dude.
sound a little boring right now. I'll be honest.
Do you enjoy concerts?
I've never been to one.
He calling me boring.
All right, Jim, chill out, bro.
Come on, bro.
I'd go to one. I just don't have money for one right now. You know?
No, not like a Taylor Swift concert. I'm talking just like any. You've never been to a concert?
I've seen people stand on a back of a trailer and sing. That's not a concert.
No, it's not. Unless the trailer is ginormous.
I wouldn't even call it the things that happen at Theobot a concert.
Yeah. Well, technically, I wouldn't even enjoy that. I'm not a concert guy. Loud music blaring where you're supposed to get pumped or something. I would honestly much rather go and watch a classical music concert because you sit, you
I
get to
forget
relax,
you're boring.
and it's actually like peaceful to listen to. You can listen
Yeah,
for
if
different
I wanted to
things.
fall asleep, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, I don't. Concerts not my jam. So, anyways, you go New Year's, and I'm gonna take one that nobody else may ever take.
St. Patrick's Day.
I do not like that day. But I'm going to take Veterans Day. Keep it in
Veterans
the
Day,
November.
alright.
Keep it in fall.
Kind of boring.
The fall is overloaded.
It's depressing. Veterans Day is depressing.
No, because I got to go to hold on a second. What's it called?
The
I
Wall.
should know this. Yeah. Where's that at?
They have one that travels, and then I think DC.
Yeah, but what's the
Like, did you go to the one in DC?
yeah. Let me just get the name of it here. Arlington. Goodness, why could I not
to
remember that?
The cemetery?
Yes.
Oh, bro. You got to go on Veterans Day?
No, it was around. It was kind of
In that-
around that time frame, I
Okay.
think. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude. No, it was one of the coolest experiences to be able to go there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was probably top 2 of my DC when we went on our trip thing to experience a couple of things.
I'm going to be honest. I think DC has been my favorite vacation I've ever taken.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I could see that.
Just like the amount of stuff you learn there and just the amount of things they have there to see
Yeah.
and learn things about is just absolutely insane. And you need like an entire month to go there to see.
Oh, yeah.
Not even
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah. The the amount of National Treasure references you can make alone is worth the trip.
So remember they had a party at George Washington's backyard, right? And one of them right over the Potomac River.
Yeah.
Got to stand right there. And I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm in a movie.
Basically were.
I was.
You were just a few
There's
years
just-
late, otherwise
there's-
you would have been on scene, bro.
There's just no cameras there.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was cool.
Nah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, DC's probably up there.
Yeah.
I've been to whichever one it is, Disney World, Disneyland. World, I'm sure, is what's in Florida.
Yeah, I've been to both.
Hate them.
I'm
Can't
not a
stand it.
fan.
I've been to, I think,
Actually, hold on. I liked them. They weren't that bad.
was it the Omaha Zoo? There's a big one up there. I've been
I don't
there.
know.
Nah, don't like zoos.
Zoos are boring.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think I went to Georgia, SeaWorld. That was
Okay.
cool. Like that.
SeaWorld.
But just because
How
I'm
dare you.
I'm a big fan. I know. All the torture. But zoos
Yeah.
are the same thing, bro. Come on. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sure they're giving them crap too.
Yeah. But I mean, it was kind of cool. I just am a huge fan of the ocean, so
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. But you're probably right. DC actually may be my favorite.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah. Other than just my favorite's been just going to Florida. Like,
Yeah.
just go play on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, last time I went to the beach, I ended up like Larry the Lobster off of SpongeBob.
Got to wear that sunscreen. Man.
No, disgusting.
I agree, but
Do you wear sunscreen?
never.
That's a
hate it.
lie. I remember days where your mom,
I don't. That was I was
your
I was
mom
a minor.
forced you
A
to
minor.
wear sunscreen.
I don't count those parts of like I didn't choose that. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's not that's the same. Since I was 18, there's probably been like one time that I've worn sunscreen.
Also, while we're on the topic of this thing, you mentioned your grandma earlier. She called my mom the other day on Christmas for like half a second.
Half a second.
Yeah.
Accidentally?
I don't know if she has my number or I don't know. Because my number is one number off of my mom's.
I bet that's what it is. Nice.
And it could be. So I don't know.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Bet that conversation went well.
Well, we didn't talk. I did see her at dinner the other day.
Yeah.
We were at pizza and she said,
Ah.
this was my almost grandkid-in-law. It's like, all right. But my granddaughter screwed that up. Her words, not mine.
There you go. It's
Her
out
words,
there.
not mine. All right.
Grandma Nikki, what a legend.
She's the greatest.
I was talking about my other grandma, about the Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, I
But-
know.
Okay.
You had mentioned grandma, and then
I'm with
So,
you. You were
yeah.
just connecting dots.
yeah,
I'm with you. Yeah. Grandma Nikki, we're going to do, I don't know if we'll do it this year, but we typically do peppercorn steak or something like that. So, again,
Okay.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
Food's on point, man.
oh yeah, that's the only reason Christmas is top 5, and because we ran out of.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on out there.
There's actually, I thought there
But-
was more holidays than that, so
Yeah.
it's not top 3. But
Yeah. But Veterans Day, that's what I'm going with. Did you say your 5? Yeah, you did already.
yeah, I said New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, depressing. New Year's Day, don't remember much of it.
And there we go. Top
Yeah.
5.
There's our top 5 holidays. Go ahead, leave yours in the comments.
Yeah, we need to know.
Yeah,
Maybe there are holidays that we just overlooked.
it's a good chance. Black Friday is not all.
And no, that's a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
But so
I
actually,
like how we both didn't say that stupid holiday in February that's just made up because it's a marketing ploy.
oh, Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a day for
It's a day for
day
showing
for couples.
couples love, and quite frankly, yeah, not me.
Here's what you do. On Valentine's Day, you go back to that casino and you ask that girl if she'll go on a date with you.
Absolutely not.
And she says,
I will not spend money to do that.
"No, just go in there. Just find her."
I'm gonna go in there and just sit at the table and not play.
That's what you should do anytime you go in there.
Bro, I was counting cards for the other guy that was playing.
Bro.
The dealer after her came up and he was just so slow. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, raise your bet. 8, 9. Oh shoot, we're at -9, not +9. Lower your bet. You got 12. The dealer's got a bus card, double. So yeah, I ended up helping him double his money on blackjack. He lost more money on a different game, but yeah,
That's what always happens, bro.
you gotta count cards if you want to win.
If you want to try and break even.
Well, if you start on blackjack, you'll win.
Bro, here's the thing. Even if you went in there and won like $40,
Mhm.
the amount that you spend on like food or beverages, if you're there long enough and you get anything, is like a wash.
I don't spend any money on that.
Oh, you sneak food in?
No, Downstream has free soda.
See, that's kind of wacky. Like, is there
Right?
admission? Like, you can just go in for free and get soda?
Hmm.
Do you have to play?
No.
You can just go in, get soda, walk out?
Yeah.
I'm sure after a couple times they're going to be like, you're not welcome
Nobody's
here."
standing there watching you.
But on cameras, they probably monitor some of that.
I doubt it. I doubt
Really?
their biggest worry is soda.
Well, then, this may be cut out of the video.
Okay.
But I'm about to
Dominic's about to go make some money.
go in there a couple
We're
times a
selling
day.
2 liters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other topics you want to talk about? What-
I need dinner, bro.
Here's what's the next book?
Good news, and then the next book
Are
is
you
going to
gonna-
be on.
So you're actually making a new book.
Yeah, we'll probably do it every year for him.
Okay, but are you gonna make a book for like public?
Oh, eventually in my life,
Yeah.
that's one of my goals.
Okay,
Yeah.
like what kind of book? Like
It would be for ministry or a theological book.
Okay.
That would be that's what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, before we were speaking of New Year's, and it's coming up. Any New
Sadly.
Year's resolutions? Do you have any of those? Do you believe in those?
I do
feel like
not
you're
believe
not,
in them.
yeah.
No. Because I believe that it's kind of silly. The whole new year, new me. I just the sound of that sounds like ugh, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it. So yeah, not
I
a
figured
believer
you
in
as
that.
a boring person
Yeah.
would say no.
No. The only thing that I mean, the general stuff is just stuff that I would say I want to do generally,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
just eat better, go to the workout a little bit more. Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
that's fair.
So, but if you want to challenge right now on live TV,
I'm gonna not live.
I know, but
Recorded TV.
on recorded TV, if you want to come up here and challenge me to a weight loss goal for 2024, I will take you on. And
We've
destroy
got to
you.
have a. There's got to be a prize for it.
a prize.
Yeah, winner gets something.
Oh, it's got to be related to the podcast somehow, like a live stream.
All right. Here's what it is. The loser gets punished. Loser has to jump in a lake on a snowy day.
On a snowy day.
Yeah.
That's pretty vague. How about a day when it's at least under 32?
And snowing.
It doesn't snow around here, man. Like, I'm not gonna drive to Colorado just to jump in a lake.
No, I went to Stockton the other day and jumped in at like midnight. It was like 50 degrees outside. Yeah, so it's no big deal.
I mean, I got yelled at several years ago before I got married. My wife was so mad at me that day, but I jumped into Lake of the Ozarks in December because
Okay, so that's not a punishment for
No.
either of us.
we've
All right.
both done it.
Yeah.
It's of our own volition, so it's
All right.
nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
No. We'll have to.
We
well,
will come up with a
yeah,
punishment
we'll
later.
both-
Comment what the punishment
Yeah,
should be. We
exactly.
need to get you guys involved in this. We need to get the crowd involved, bro. Comment what you would like us to do. It's no guarantee that we'll do it because you may have some ideas that are beyond the
PG. Keep it PG.
well and reasonable. I'm not going to go out there and die, but I might.
Well, that's not PG.
What? Dying on live TV?
Dying on live TV is not PG.
Has that ever happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Has to have.
I was going to say if not, we could make history, but
With that said, we got to go eat. And,
you could have jumped in a little earlier
No.
with that.
I know.
Now
Goodbye.
we just got to stall.
All
Till
right.
It gets loud.
Don't ruin it. Idiot.
Mute it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, now turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.